The Sonics were ready Friday night, finishing up a back-to-back in Phoenix after knocking off Sacramento on Thursday night. The Sonics more than ready for the Suns, and now have to get ready for one more against the Dallas Mavericks tonight at Key Arena, featuring Dirk Nowitzki. The NBA All-Star break on an amazing roll, and they've got another tough test tonight against the Dallas Mavericks here at Key Arena. Two of the best teams in the West hooking up, number 3 and 4, as you see in the standings right there. Seattle 3 games back of San Antonio after that big win in Phoenix on Friday night. Dallas Friday was down in Sacramento. They got their own big win on the road, so two teams very much on a roll.
In the fourth quarter and led them to another victory, so they've answered a lot of tests, Mike.
Sonics have been stepping it up when they play the big boys this year, so that should dispel any notion that this team is a fluke. You can see 9 and 2 against the best teams, not only in the West, throw in the 2-0 record against the Heat as well. But the NBA, you know, it's not a yesterday league, it's a today league, and today the Dallas Mavericks are in town, along with Dirk Nowitzki, who is one of the top players certainly in the league. You got to know where he is at all times on the floor.
You got to know where this big German is, because he is everything for Dallas. They run everything in their offense through him, and he's responded well, Mike, by look at those points. His points are up, his rebounds are up, and his team's wins are up. So he does a lot for him, but there's a young man named Jason Terry that's been a big help for Dirk Nowitzki.
Yeah, not a one-man gang by any stretch of the imagination. And after that big win Friday night in Sacramento, Jason Terry in a post-game interview said, "All right, everybody in the 206, I'm coming home." He's home tonight. He loves playing in Seattle, and he's got his Mavericks with him this evening at Key Arena against the Sonics. Key Arena here in Seattle. A good crowd on hand for this ball club tonight. And there's Don Nelson with the injured wing, back from shoulder surgery, missed 10 games. He won't be gesticulating wildly on the sidelines with that, but this is a guy who, we'll talk about this throughout the broadcast night, has been a factor in the NBA for a long, long time. Jason Terry of the Mavericks, back in town, Craig, place where he won 2 state championships, Seattle, Washington.
And that Nelly's a smart man. He inserted Jason Terry into the starting lineup after the Sonics loss. Since then, he's played wonderfully for the Mavericks. They've gone 17-7 with him as the starting point guard.
Look at the lineups there with Terry along with Michael Finley in the backcourt. Eric Dampier, who has made this team a better rebounding team. Josh Howard and Dirk Nowitzki along the front line for the Mavericks. Nate McMillan back in charge of this club. They are rolling right now, headed towards the All-Star break. He's rolling towards his 200th win as Sonics head coach. And he's getting a lot of help from the All-Star, Rashard Lewis.
Rashard Lewis, he is so happy. When I asked him about going to the All-Star game this week, Mike, he could not tell me enough about how excited and how ecstatic he was about getting to participate in this All-Star year.
Sonics line up the birthday boy. Luke Rittenauer turns 24 today. Ray Allen in the backcourt. JJ in the middle. Rashard Lewis and Reggie Evans along the front line. Sonics without Danny Fortson again tonight, serving the second game of that NBA-mandated suspension after tossing the chair the other night against Sacramento. Sonics and the Mavericks coming up live from Key Arena on FSN. 9-4-0. The Sonics lay a touchdown on the Mavericks with the extra point, have a 7-4 lead. Nowitzki will launch a jumper over Evans, and boy, that's a beautiful shot. It's a little short, and Terry with the rebound, great outlet to Nowitzki. He goes in. I think Luke was trying to foul him, and Nowitzki just kind of shook him off and laid it in.
I was nervous about the emergency landing because I'm on the plane with them, right? But they had all the dang fire trucks out there following us. That was amazing.
I'm telling you, that took years off your life. You don't even know it yet, but that took years off your life. Nowitzki hits the running left-handed. The pack with it for the Mavericks. We're going to extend their lead to 6. The lob down low to Dampier. He gets it. Nice catch. Nice turnaround. And using the glass, he delivers 2 more. They are really dominating the glass in the early going against the Sonics. Nowitzki up the sideline. Picked up by Rashard. Now stops and pops. And wide open, and he nails it.
When he has the ball, Mike, you can't back off like you saw Richard do right there. You
got to watch out for Dirk Nowitzki.
Dirk Nowitzki, he can score the basketball from inside and outside. Whenever he has the ball, you got to get his...
The guy he found is Devin Harris, who will go the other way for the Mavericks. Harris to Finley. Finley over to Nowitzki. Wide open three. Off the rim and in. Shooter's roll, Mr. Elo.
That's as soft as a cotton ball, Mike. I tell you.
There's a guy who's headed to Denver. Dirk Nowitzki with a solid start. That three ball he dropped in, Craig's a thing of beauty. That's a soft touch.
And that's a 7-footer out there. And that's why I said he reminds me so much of Larry Bird. I mean, he can shoot just like Larry Bird.
The lead. Doggedly hanging on to that lead. Nowitzki, top of the key. Picked up by Ray Allen. Spins on him. Launches the turnaround and started going back. He knew that was going in. Antonio with 10 points off the bench. Flip Murray checks into the game. Nate's gone 10 deep tonight in the rotation in the first half. Nowitzki blows around Richard, hits the layup. Mavericks extend the lead. Back at Key Arena, and Craig Elo, this has been a two-man power show for the Mavericks to this point.
Yeah, Dallas has two players in double figures, Eric Dampier and Dirk Nowitzki, and Dirk Nowitzki's got 16 points in 17 minutes on 7 of 10 shooting, Mike. That shows you what kind of player he is, and that's why Dallas runs their offense through him, and that's why he's the superstar he is. Nowitzki, boy, he's been a big plus for the Mavericks. I mean, look at his points, Mike.
Hey, you talk about filling up a stat sheet. There's an example of it. He is doing a little bit of everything as the Mavericks enjoy a 51-42 lead. Halfway home here at Key Arena. Sonics basketball on FSN.
Starters out there for the Sonics to be in this game.
Got to get their big guys going. Ray and Richard here as the third quarter starts with Nowitzki finisher starting up right where he finished off. 2 of 9 from outside the arc in the first half. I mean, they are a three-point shooting club, and they've got to hit from out there to win against the Mavericks. Nowitzki answers the other way. Left wing jumper. 55-45 Mavericks by 10, and Dirk Nowitzki with 20. He is on his way to a big night. He has it off the inbound now. Picked up by Jerome James way out high. They're throwing everything at Nowitzki, and he's answering all of the charges so far. Dribbles into the corner. He'll just launch a shot from over there, and it's good. Good night. 57-48.
Dirk on him, but hey, Jerome James, when you're out there playing, oh, this is on the Evans right here. Okay, the shot where the two guys miscommunicated. And then Jerome actually had him over there, too, at one time, Mike. He tried to steal a ball from Dirk out there. Don't do that. Just play containment defense.
Nowitzki's 3 of 3 from the field. Now give him an assist as he finds Michael Finley open for a 15-footer. And Nate's going to stop the action right now and talk about it. Well, we're back at Key Arena. Mike Gastro, Craig Elo, and Craig, Dirk Nowitzki. He has either scored or assisted on every point the Mavericks have had in the third quarter.
That's right. So Richard finally comes out for the Sonics and hits a couple of three-pointers. That's 6 points, but Dirk scores 6 by himself. And then the other one came on an assist, but this is where Jerome tries to steal the ball. You just don't do that against a guy that can handle it, because he'll knock that down. And then here's his assist to Michael Finley. So 8 points scored by the Mavericks in the third quarter. Dirk has his hand on all of them.
Van Terry dribbling around a screen, now gives it out to Nowitzki. Nowitzki down the lane, falls back on Evans. The shot is good. Nowitzki, 11 field goals.
Nowitzki's got a lot of points and some rebounds, but he's played a lot of minutes. Well, the bench, Antonio Daniels is leading them.
Oh! As we come back, Nowitzki with a spinning move on the baseline, just throws it up with 1 second left on the shot clock. It kisses the top of the backboard and comes down through. It's that kind of night for Dirk Nowitzki.
Oh, and he does a heck of a job. Now, Dallas is somewhat similar to the Suns in the fact that their starters play a lot of minutes. And there's 38-24 second chance points picked up in that third quarter when Reggie Evans and Jerome James established themselves getting the Sonics extra shots.
Underneath, pass to Dampier. The jam is good, and he's fouled on the way up. And as he comes down, he'll head to the free throw line. The Mavericks, after a timeout, do what good teams do. They've responded to adversity on the road. Lewis.
Well, that's how you beat the zone. You move the ball around the perimeter.
Nowitzki from the right side, drives to the bucket, collides with Lewis, and Richard picks up the foul, his 5th. Inside the arc in the second half, Nowitzki hits both free throws. Mavericks cut it to a 9-point. Back in the corner, jumper, short, rebound, Dirk Nowitzki. Mavericks have a chance to tie it here with a 3 ball. Dirk Nowitzki backs down on Antonio Daniels, spins to the baseline, pushes him out of the way and lays it up and in. Great power move to the hole that time by Dirk Nowitzki.
What a move. Great defense by Antonio Daniels. Cuts the baseline off, and Dirk Nowitzki counters it with drawing the ball through and crossing over and then laying it up.
Sonics lead it by 1. 37 seconds left. 10 on the clock. Nowitzki has 31 now for the Mavericks. Radmanovich left side. Down in the corner. It's Daniels. Running shot. Won't go. James went way up above the Ampere to try and get it, but he couldn't get the rebound. And the Mavericks have the ball now, trailing by 1. Jason Terry on the far side. Picked up by Radmanovich. 19 seconds left. Inside to Nowitzki. He's trying to back Allen down. Now back out to Terry. Back to Dirk. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Cross court pass to Howard. Out to Jason Terry. Long three. He got it. He got it. Jason Terry. He's been quiet all night. He bangs home a 3 with 8.7 seconds left. And the Mavericks grab the lead 94-92 on Jason Terry's second field goal of the evening.
And what a huge field goal. And there's all those tickets he had to buy, 75, something like that. Sometimes, Mike, that can be a distraction on a guy. But, you know, it doesn't matter if you can hit a shot like this that puts your team ahead in a crucial point of the game. And look how far he is behind the line.
Shot clock running down. You know, Jason Terry's done this a bunch, though. He's come back to Seattle enough times now that it shouldn't be a distraction. I'm going to tell you, in a post-game interview Friday night, he had a grin as big as could be saying, tell everybody in the 206 I'm coming home. I think he's a guy who thrives on getting a chance to come home because he's always played so far away from home in his pro and even college career. Played down in Arizona, of course, collegiately. He's not done a whole lot tonight, but that shot gives the Mavericks a 2-point lead with 8.7 seconds to go. So what do the Sonics do now? 7 seconds left. Everybody in the building standing. Allen inbounds it to Rashard Lewis. Lewis to Antonio Daniels. Daniels wide open roll to the hole. The shot is blocked out of bounds by Josh Howard. Great defensive recovery by Howard. Second-year player. Great defense here by Howard to get back over because the back door was wide open. And he gets over there, makes a great play. Sonics burn their last timeout. You know, the Sonics got too tentative in the last part of this game, Craig, and they may end up costing the game.
They really did. They have not had a field goal since the 5.
You're right, Brian. And Jason Terry with a homecoming tonight, Craig, and I had to open my big yapper with about 2 minutes to go and say, hey, he hadn't done much, and truthfully, he hadn't to that point. But he got that shot with the shot clock going down. He was a step outside the three-point arc and hits the game winner.
Well, they go to Dirk Nowitzki, who immediately is double-teamed by the Sonics, and then he throws it cross-court to Howard, who tip passes it over to Jason Terry. Now, look at this. This guy shoots 70 for 50 from the three-point line, 46%, so he's very capable of knocking that down. And then the little tip pass, though, right there, that was a good thing that Nowitzki went away from Terry because the rotation could have been there. Well, it froze Antonio for just that brief second that Jason Terry needed to get open.
Second game in a row, Jason Terry has hit the game winner for the Dallas Mavericks. The old kid from Franklin High doing his alma mater proud. Lots more to come here from Key Arena where the Sonics lose to the Mavericks this evening, but right now we'll send out